Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and konnichiwa. This is the Bat Sports Podcast with your boy Fonz
and Miguel.
And we coming to you live on a Tuesday. A lot of big things happen, you know. But before I get into all that, I want to thank y'all for tuning in and, you know, subscribing and getting in the after party, because y'all know it go down in the after party. All right, so all that out of the way, let me go and skip to the headlines. So I'm sitting here as we speak looking at Roger Goodell on my video scope. And they tell me that they're looking at the Pro Bowl. They're either going to do some changes again. This is about the umpteenth time they changed it, or considering eliminating the game altogether.
I tell you, I don't know what's going on these days. Tom Brady, 50 years old, still playing with a cane and then gold tooth in his mouth. Doggone.
Talking about what you know.
Doggone Roger Goodell talking about taking the Pro Bowl out. And I feel like if it ain't broke, don't fix. Don't fix it. It ain't broke.
I agree.
They didn't took a week away from preseason, added a week regular season. By the time we get done in the end, NFL ain't gonna be the same.
It's not.
Which honestly, the Pro Bowl really isn't what it used to be. Especially ever since they went back to drafting players. Now, when it was what was the NFC versus the AFC, I feel like that was better.
It was a lot of classics.
But now they get to pick and choose what players go where and who's who, and it's more about the popularity of that player, not based off of what it really is. Right. And that goes for some of the rewards too. But because we all know Aaron Donald won two of them off popularity. I mean, off how popular he was. TJ Watt outballed him in statistics. But
I know in the past show, to that point, in the past show, I did say that TJ Watt deserved Defensive Player of the Year just because he was eating quarterbacks for lunch.
Yeah, they didn't want to give it to him until this year, but
because the only reason why they gave it to him this year because Aaron Donald won a ring.
Yeah,
y'all know the NFL is rigged right now. I feel sick talking about still a person, but it is what it is. The man balled. The man did. I mean, for like 3 years straight. I think he led the league in sacks. So I mean, it is what it is, though. But they need to change that award process. That's what I feel like they should change. They want to do something,
right? But I mean, if they do end up doing that, it's really no big deal. I don't really think nobody really even watched the Pro Bowl.
They don't watch it no more.
Yeah, that's probably why they getting rid of it. It's not making them a lot of money, and they paying to put it on TV, and they ain't getting the money.
And that's what it comes down to. Money and ratings.
Money make the world go round.
What is that? Money. But I can't even
some people got to have business. Some people really need it.
That's what they told me, boy. Shout out to the OJs, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. They don't know nothing about that.
Old school, boy. You better put hair in your chest. But anyway, let's move on to a signing. I kind of think it was coming, but anyway, Jadeveon Clowney is re-signed with the Browns. For 1 year for $11 million.
Oh, no. That's so sweet of them.
Yeah. I mean, he had 9 sacks last year, so I mean, you know, that's because Myles Garrett was catching a double team, but you ain't double teaming on Myles Garrett. The band that's a half man, half monster, a manster. Oh man, yeah. But I mean, solid signing. I mean, I don't know where the Cleveland Browns got that money because Deshaun Watson, you know, Mr. Smack It, Flip It, and Rub It Down got all the money.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how they pulled that one off. But kudos to the Browns, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk. Staying in the AFC North, let's talk about Baltimore Ravens signing Kyle Fuller today.
Yeah, I was on my lunch break and that beep crossed my phone. I said, what's that? It's Kyle Fuller.
Nah, boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy, y'all keep some cornerback depth over there, don't y'all, boy?
Trying to, because we got aired out.
Oh, boy, that's a pretty solid pickup. Yeah.
I mean, I have my mixed emotions. I mean, it's a good pickup for depth.
Uh-huh.
It's a good pickup for that, but I mean, I got mixed emotions about it. I need to go watch some of his tape because I ain't really look at Kyle Fuller like that. So I'm gonna watch some of his tape.
Fuller, all right, though. He's solid corner. He's
not a one.
Yeah. What you gonna say? Maybe 2, 3, somewhere around there.
Yeah, maybe a 3.
I wouldn't put him in the slot though. I'll probably put him at number 2 and let somebody else that got a little speed on play number 3. Because you play 3, you got to play them slot receivers. Them boys be running. They be flopping out there with them drags and stuff. Flopping
posts.
Yeah.
Lord. And they putting the quickest guy on the team in the slot now. The slot was back in the day. It was for the possession receiver.
You're right.
Now they putting burners in there. Cause the possession receivers don't have the speed. They just got the hands.
Right.
They put them boys. They got the hands and the speed, boy. But yeah, I mean, real solid pickup by the Ravens though. I ain't even gonna front. But staying in the AFC North, this one was funny to me. Chase Winovich calls the trade to the Browns the best thing that ever happened to him.
And where he come from,
New England. He came from New England. Now
that says a lot about how New England is right now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Good God, well, you come from the Patriots talking about the Browns.
The Browns is the best place to be.
Not from the Patriots.
The factory of sadness for the past 20 some odd years. And you said the Browns it was a good thing for you. So this is all right. So I did my homework on Chase Winovich because I haven't heard of this guy, ever. So he's been in the league since 2019. He has 11 sacks to his name, with 29 assisted tackles and 85 combined tackles and 1 pick. That's his career stats. Now, from what I read up on Chase was that he did fall out of favor with the New England Patriots. Like it's actually really easy to fall out of favor with Bill Belichick because even now he's that hard nose. He comes from the Bill Parcells tree, that hard nose. This is my team, and you're just a pawn in that type person. But for this guy, I mean, maybe maybe he does something over in Cleveland, but I wouldn't necessarily call the Browns the best place ever. I mean, yeah, y'all got Deshaun Watson, but I don't see that at all. I laughed out loud when I seen that. I was like, bro, I gotta talk about that one, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I guess maybe because it's less hype in Cleveland. Go to the Patriots. What you expect to do?
You expected to win Super Bowls off day one.
Day. I mean, that's pretty much in every franchise, I would hope. But not in the graveyard, the original graveyard team. There was a time, y'all, that especially, as many times as Baltimore and Steelers and everybody else, play the Browns. There was a time they used to have a timer on the Browns on how long it's been since they won a game or been to a playoffs.
they used to have it in the corner.
Shout out for LeBron for making Cleveland relevant again back in 2016.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. It would have been LeBron to make Cleveland relevant.
I mean, only he can do it. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy, he's the god of Cleveland. Boy, I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to tell you, the savior. Don't pass me by.
Oh Lord, but yeah, man. That was real surprising for me to hear from. I mean, just by going to Cleveland, the best thing that happened to me.
I was so tickled when he said that down, and he was his conviction was, I cut my hair and I would trade it. I'm like, all right, B. And then he said it was the best thing that happened to him. Like, all right, to my 35 and up people, y'all remember Cleveland actually being a good team. It was before the move in 95 and everything. From 1999 up until today, I have never heard a player say going to Cleveland was the best thing that could ever happen to me.
Hopefully he can relate that on the football field, because
hopefully
it's gonna be brawl in the AFC North this year. I really really excited for this coming up season. It's some unfinished business.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
with a little bit of everybody, But we're gonna get into that a little later on in the show.
No, hold on. We're gonna get into that right now. I
wanted to talk about Joe Burrow, talking about the Ravens,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is unfinished business. So Joe Burrow says that he loves playing the Ravens because, quote, they talk. Now, Burrow played his 2 greatest games of his career last year
against Baltimore. He put 40-something points on y'all twice.
He did 40 points twice. Dude, for almost,
I think he did the same
1,000 yards.
He got us too, so it's all right.
He was a little bit south of 1,000 in 2 games. That's passing yards. On top of a 52-yard pass to Joe Mixon when they had the game won. So Now, everybody knows Baltimore's secondary, especially around that second game. It was done.
Yeah, boy, y'all had your backups in.
Yeah, we had the backup to the backup, and we had the ball boy back there trying to cover somebody.
Had the water boy out there trying to cover somebody.
Even had the boy that sit on the sideline when you kick a field goal, and he was out there trying to cover somebody. Now, I'm gonna say this here.
Oh man,
I wasn't too happy about what Joe Burrow said, but I couldn't get mad because he did it, albeit against a depleted, desecrated, injury-riddled Baltimore Raven squad. Had the Ravens had been healthy, they wouldn't have went down like that. And the reason why I say that is because the Jets are a lesser team. And they went to New York and stunk up the joint. So, do I think the Bengals are one-year wonders? Oh yeah, they the one-hit wonder. You know, it's always that one artist to come out and have that one song that's fire, and then we never hear from them again. That's how I look at the Bengals. Will they be a playoff team? Sure. But I don't see them just marching on with the Super Bowl because their path was just made for them. Because you got to understand, the Ravens were down and the Steelers were down.
All the way down.
All the way down. It went down. They wanted an after party, but it went down. So I can't wait. I'm not going to do it yet. I ain't going to do it yet. Let's move on.
Moving on. We still got a little bit more news out there. My first piece of news is that the team behind me will be announcing their new GM by the end of this week. That's good. Second point of news is that, somebody got fired.
Who done got the axe?
got fired. Wide receiver Brendan Langley was arrested Thursday night after he allegedly got into a fight with United Airlines employee in Newark Liberty International Airport. If y'all don't know him, he's a receiver out of Denver Broncos, number 12.
I think Jerry Jeudy got messed up too.
Yeah, he just got his job lost because he wanted to fight the flight attendants and telling them to sit down and put a seatbelt on.
The flight attendant told him to please move, sir. Please move your feet out the aisle. I ain't moving my foot out the aisle, sir. Can you please move it out the aisle? And he jumped up and smacked it. That what happened.
Also, an update on my boy Dwayne Haskins. Come to find out, Mr. Dwayne Haskins had alcohol and drugs in the system at the time of death. That is the update on Dwayne Haskins. Again, rest in peace, my brother. We can go ahead and move on, Fonz. I just had to throw little nuggets out there. You know.
So the schedule came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
That schedule's a doozy. I like it, but I don't like it, especially our schedule. I've never seen us get the whole AFC East game 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's unheard of.
Right.
We started the Jets. We come home against the Bills. It's the Jets, then the Dolphins, the Bills, then the Patriots. However that falls in there. But overall, I really think the schedule, like I said, I like it, but I don't like it. But at the same time, I really think like it's balanced all over the league. Of course, the Rams got the hardest schedule, bar none. They got the number one schedule. They won.
You sure?
I've been checking because they said y'all had a hard schedule. I'm like, nah, y'all got a third place schedule. But the Rams, if you go dig deep enough, the Rams got the hardest schedule in the league.
Well, they got Buffalo, Falcons, Cardinals, Niners, Cowboys, Panthers, 49ers, Bucks, Cardinals, Saints, Chiefs, Seahawks, Raiders, Green Bay, and the Broncos. That's a good 14 through 16. Chargers and Seahawks. So let's see. I feel like they can beat the Bills because of their defense. I feel like they can beat the Bills. We've seen what they can do in the playoffs against the Cardinals. They held the Cardinals to 0 points for an entire half. Now, don't get me wrong, Kyler Murray and them, they didn't play so well. He had like 8 rushing yards with like 137 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, something like that.
I think he gave up a safety too.
Yeah, safety. But anyways, I mean, the Rams defense is just, bar none, the scariest defense in the entire league of football, in my opinion.
Yeah, I give you that.
But I mean, you got the Rams. I'm gonna say mine later on.
See, I got the Rams because of the fact of every team you name that they're gonna play. Yeah, they may be Buffalo, but that's gonna be a hard task. Buffalo.
It's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a game.
Even though they open up at home, the Super Bowl winner always open up at home.
I feel like they have more of a harder stretch after their bye week in week 7.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, they go Niners, Bucks, Cardinals, Saints, Chiefs, Seahawks, Raiders, Green Bay. Yeah, that whole after that bye week, they better.
That's nothing but playoff team.
They about to go on the ride. The only playoff team they not playing is the Saints, and that's it. I mean, and the Broncos and the Chargers was competitive, or what's the right word for that? They was like in the hunt during the playoffs. Yeah, which they're still contenders. So that's like the only non-contender that their whole season really, and the Panthers. They ain't been a contender since a contender was a contender. But nevertheless,
sweet Jesus. But I mean, who you think got the easiest? Who you think is the easiest?
easiest?
I think it's the Commanders.
I was gonna say the Giants got one of the easiest, but then I don't know because I really can't say any team in the AFC East has the easiest because they play us, and that's just not easy.
It's a toss up with that.
I'm gonna probably say. I'm just gonna go with New York. I'm gonna say New York got one of the easiest schedules.
So they go at Tennessee. They come home, open up at home versus Carolina, versus Dallas, versus Chicago, at Green Bay versus Baltimore, at Jacksonville, at Seattle, and then their bye week versus Houston, versus Detroit, Dallas, Commanders, Eagles, Commanders, at Minnesota. Their schedule hard. Based on their talent, their schedule was hard.
It's either the Giants or the Lions. Let's look at the Lions schedule.
All right, let's look at the Lions.
The Lions.
They got Philly, the Commanders, at Minnesota versus Seattle, at New England, that right there, at Dallas versus Miami versus Green Bay, at Chicago, at New York Giants versus Buffalo, Jacksonville, Minnesota, at the Jets, at Carolina versus Chicago, and they finish up the year at Green Bay. Ooh. That's about 5 wins.
I feel like for them, that's a tough schedule. I don't really know how Green Bay, they play Green Bay twice? Yeah, because they're in the same division. Green Bay is not going to be the same team. Like they're not the same team anymore. Nah. Without Devontae Adams, they are nothing. Like a ship without a sail.
This guy said without a sail.
Until they find a receiver that somehow they can win with. I mean, we all seen how Aaron Rodgers is about his Devontae Adams. He just passes to him in the playoffs, which cost them the game. Lazard was wide open. So, I don't feel like they're going to be the same team. So, when we see Green Bay, we automatically think, wow. But I really don't think they're going to be the same team. The only team that I feel like will be a challenge for them in that division is probably the Vikings.
Yeah, I can see that.
The Vikings probably can ball with them. But outside of that, I feel like they got a fairly easy schedule. Outside of, we don't know what to expect from Green Bay, honestly. But I don't think they're going to be good without Devontae Adams. I don't even see them going to the playoffs without Devontae Adams.
That's a bold one. That's a bold one. But I see what you're saying, though.
I never. And you correct me if I'm wrong on this, because you pretty much will. You tell me, have you seen Aaron Rodgers go to the playoffs by himself? Like every time Aaron Rodgers goes, he either had Devontae Adams or Jordy Nelson.
You about right, cuz?
Without a star receiver, they got a solid run game. I really like AJ Dillon and I really like Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
But they need that receiver, man, and I don't know what possessed them not to even try to franchise tag a Devontae Adams. I
don't even think they drafted a receiver either.
That move right there is going to bite them in the butt. Trust me.
Yeah, I think the reign of the Packers, I'm not going to say it's completely over, but it's coming to an end.
That window is closing.
It's like,
yeah. So I feel like it's between the Giants and the Lions for the Eagles.
I think I'm gonna stick by the Commanders because the
Commanders. The Commanders.
They open up at home versus Jacksonville. They go to Detroit. Philly, we don't know what they're going to look like yet. They could be improved. They were a playoff team last year. at Dallas versus Tennessee, at Chicago versus Green Bay, at Indianapolis versus Minnesota, at Philly, at Houston versus Atlanta, at New York Giants.
They got a late bye week. Ooh, they go on the 4th.
Yeah, they got a 14. Week 14. Yeah. But they stretch is so easy. Like the hardest team they're going to have to play is Cleveland,
Vikings,
and maybe San Francisco,
and the Titans.
But I mean, look how it stack up before they buy though. Before they buy, the 3 weeks before they buy, they got at Houston versus Atlanta,
and the Giants.
Yeah, then they're bye. Yeah, and then the Giants come to Washington. They go to San Fran. Mm-hmm. They come back home versus Cleveland,
and they finish
with Dallas coming to DC.
DC, yeah.
So that just like the last 8 weeks of their schedule is easy.
Right.
Minus maybe Cleveland or San Francisco, but I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs, but I really feel like they're gonna have a better record than they had last year based off their schedule.
Yeah. Well, with that being, between the Commanders and the Lions, they got a pretty breezy little schedule. Yeah.
I feel you on that.
They're a little breezy, man. They're a little breezy. For my hardest schedule, though, I'm gonna have to go Kansas, man. Kansas. Look at Kansas. Hold on, let me see.
At Arizona versus the Chargers.
Yep. They got Cardinals, Chargers, Colts, Bucks, Raiders, Bills, and 49ers. Okay. That's all within 7 weeks. You go get Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert. Colts really don't matter. You got Tom Brady. You got I'm not too. I got to see what the Colts doing first.
I'm not saying they good, but no. They lost to Jacksonville last year. Never mind. Never mind.
So they got Kyler, they got Justin, Tom, Derek Carr with new weapons now, Josh Allen,
ain't even
and
they got a scary
right, and they got they play a tough, hard-nosed defense in week 7. Then after they bye, they start off a little easy with I don't really know about Tennessee, man. I don't know how Derrick Henry is going to play this year with coming off such a significant injury. I mean, that's hard for a running back to. Once you start now, maybe if it was a shoulder or something upper body, but when you start messing with the man's legs and feet and stuff like that, he need those to run.
Yeah, so you start breaking down like that, boy.
Yeah, so they got Titans and Jacksonville. One of the 2 easiest games that they had all season. They go back. Chargers, Rams, Bengals, Broncos, Texans, Seahawks, and Broncos. Those are all toss-up games, honestly. It just really depends. Well, it depends on what version of the Chiefs we getting this year. Are we gonna get the ones that? If we get the ones that was sloppy,
that came out the gate stumbling.
This is a tough schedule for them.
It worked out good for Baltimore, boy. They came out the gate stumbling. We made them stumble back in there. Chiefs is definitely on my list for one of the toughest schedules to play with. Yeah, especially with them losing Tyreek Hill and signing Juju Smith-Schuster.
Yeah, interesting to see.
So, all right. So there's a lot of key matchups that's going to be coming up. The one that I'm personally looking forward to is that first Cincinnati game because they come to Baltimore. I'm actually trying my best to go to that game. I know it's going to be nighttime at the Inner Harbor, but I'm starting to not care. Because I want to be in the house for that game. So I think one of the key matchups is game 1 versus the Bengals and Ravens.
I would of course say the same because we play the Bengals week 1.
So we gotta
nobody else can do it in the AFC North. The big brothers got to take down, got to kind of calm down these.
They talking too much.
Yeah, they talking too much. It's quite a few good matchups, really. But if I'm not mistaken, I think week 1, the Bills and the Rams play each other week 1. I feel like that's a very much key matchup because
I got that circle too.
Both teams could have made it last year. I mean, and I kind of last year I kind of really gained a higher respect for Josh Allen because the way that man balled, he balled like he gave it his all, literally. Like a lot of players say that, but literally, like you could see. He was giving it everything he had. Like he was winded on the sideline type. Like he was really trying to win that game. So,
what not about the playoffs was the fact that he didn't get the coin toss.
Right. Exactly. I feel like that's one. That's definitely one of them. Another though is I always like to see the NFC East matchups. I'm a big NFC East matchup geek. And I'm ready to see the Commanders play the Eagles.
Not gonna lie, I want to see the Commanders playing their new black uniform. That's the only reason why I watch it. Them uniforms are slick though. I ain't even be bad at the same.
Yeah. So whenever y'all play, when y'all color rush, y'all let me know.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be front and center for that one. More than likely be a prime time game, but I'm gonna be.
Man, it's a lot of key matchups, man.
It really is. I mean, it's too many.
It's quite a few. I feel like any matchup that has playoff contenders or previous playoff contenders, I feel like always builds up for a good matchup. But that Bills and Rams game is going to be a great matchup.
I think. What about Bills at Kansas City right before their bye?
Yeah, that's probably going to be a key matchup too, depending on.
That might be a barn burner.
Yeah, depending on where both teams are standing.
Yeah, and it's early in the season. It's like week 6.
Yeah, because the only reason why I say that is because the Bills and the Chiefs has been a key matchup for a while now, and it just don't never work out for the Bills. I mean,
everybody was talking about Lamar and how he couldn't beat the Chiefs, but you look at the Buffalo Bills, like good night.
Yeah, the Bills have a hard. Josh Allen has a hard time. Well, everybody has a hard time.
I'm gonna say to be fair, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, but they are two young, talented quarterbacks, and when they do that, television's going to blow that all out of pieces. So
it's be a high score.
I mean, it's possibly could be. I feel like it's going to be not so much of a high scoring game because Bills have invested some in their defense.
True.
But they got Von Miller over there now. I mean, which he isn't the same player he used to be because he's getting some age on him. But when you have a veteran pass rusher like that, it kind of brings a different tone to that defense. So I feel like that's going to be a good matchup. I don't know whether it'll be a key matchup, but it's going to be a good matchup.
I mean, you play Kansas City, you got to beat them because that'll help you in the playoff race.
Right.
If you can stay healthy.
Right.
To the end, don't be like us and come out the gate limping. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a lot of interesting games that will probably get watched in this house, just for the sure. Just because of those teams and their playoff position from last year and whatnot. Now, even some teams didn't make the playoffs, still can make a good game.
Right.
But, I guess we can go ahead and break it on down right here. So, people, y'all go ahead, subscribe to the channel, access the podcast. It's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Spotify, it's everywhere you need them to be. Also, join us on Facebook in the Back Porch Sports Podcast After Party, where we talk football, we talk basketball, baseball. Sometimes we don't. I'm just bull job. We don't throw no hockey in there. Hockey get good, but look us up on Facebook and come on into the after party. We got drinks, we got cheese doodles. We got Kool-Aid for the ones that don't drink.
Oh, no.
Oh, so that being said, this has been the Bad Boys. This has been the Bad Porch Boys podcast with your boy Fonz
and Miguel.
Arriba Dirty.
Hasta luego.